Hi, this is Michael Willems again with another tip for you. This time a fairly sophisticated tip for Macs only, or Unix computers, or Linux computers, because I use an existing Unix command in this tip. I'm going to synchronize my first disk with my second disk. You see, on this disk I have all my admin files and my Lightroom files, such as the catalog, and my photos, all the way from 2004 to 2013. They're very valuable to me, so I've got an identical copy here on the second disk. And it's really identical because when I call this command, sync disk, by clicking on this thing on my desktop, the system compares disk 1 and disk 2, and it sees if there are any differences. And any differences will then be synchronized. So anything I added to the first disk will be added to the second disk. Anything I changed or deleted on the first will be changed or deleted on the second. So at the end I have the same again. How do I do that? By going into the command line first to create the command. Command line is like DOS. And I pre-created a little demo file here that will take whatever is in this folder, ZZ demo. There's nothing in here now, so let's put something in here. Pictures for blogging and a print order. Here we go. So there's two things in there now in this folder. And those things are not present on the second disk. It's empty. So I'm going to make a command now to make them identical. To do that, I type nano in lowercase and then a space, and then what I want to call it, demo. That's what I want to call the file. And I already pre-entered this to save a little bit of time, but you would type now the following: rsync, all in lowercase, space -a, space -- verbose, space -- progress, space -- stats, space -- delete, and then another space, and then the name of the first disk. Well, it's / volumes on a Mac with a capital V, and then a / and the name of your disk, MVW 4TB 1, and then a / and the name of the folder you want to synchronize, and anything in that folder gets synchronized too. That's the first one, and then after that a space, and exactly the same for where to. So that's identical except for the 4TB 2 name. So what this command does again is it will synchronize with the whole stuff on your screen. That's what this means. This drive with this folder to this drive with this folder. And of course you would use the folder names you actually have. And that's all. Once I've typed that, I hit enter to go to the next line, and then as you see here at the bottom, Control O, that's a control. So Control O to write this, and then return, and Control X to exit. Now I'm almost done. Not quite. If I try to run the command by saying /demo, that's how you would do it from the command line, it'll say permission denied. I need to tell the system it's a program, and I do that by saying chmod 755./demo. Now it's a program. So now I can run this program, and to run it from the command line, which is a little bit less convenient, I would type /demo, and sure enough, what it did is it considered all the files in that folder on the first disk and the files on the second disk. So now, as you see in the second disk, I have exactly the same files. Done. Now, let's see if it really works. I'll delete some files. So for instance, here I'll delete this print order file by dragging it to my desktop. Here we go. And let's run the command again. And what does it say? It says deleting artisan print order 2.pdf. It's done. And it tells you on the screen what it does. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on the screen. So we're almost done. I can exit here by typing exit and enter. It says process completed, and I can close this. I said we're almost done because I want a button on my desktop. So I'll say go home. And as you see home, I have a thing here called demo. I can simply drag that, or if I want to make a copy, which I probably want to do, I'll Alt Option and then drag it to my desktop, and here it is, a thing called demo. So now all I need to do to synchronize these two folders, and I'll show you again that it works by, I don't know, let's see, I'll put my books in there as well. Here we go, books by Michael Willems. So they're now present, and I'll take pics for blogging away. Don't need those. And let's run it by finding out. So I double click, and sure enough, it says, okay, I'm going to copy the books. And actually before that, it even very quickly, it deleted the pictures for blogging. So if I now look at the second drive, sure enough, no blogging, but I have the books there. Done. And now, of course, I can just close this with the X. All right, before you set this up, make sure you have a good backup of your Mac, because you can, with the command line, do harm as well as good. So full backup, and then go ahead. This is a way to synchronize two external disks or two folders of any sort intelligently when you click on an icon. And that's all there is to it. Very simple once you know how. And you now know how. This is Michael Willems from speedlighter.ca. Please come back every day to speedlighter.ca and check this video channel often as well. Bye bye.